very good friends. Doc South here. Over the last fall, just the most recent fall, I wrote a story, and I thought I'd like to share it with you. Yeah, it's. I think you'll like it. It's. Well, you'll see. Pretty nice. Yeah, I think you're going to like it a lot. So let's get on it, okay? It's going to be in two parts. Going to do one today, and then tomorrow we'll post the other one. Okay, good enough. And just a fun story. Well, actually, I don't know if it is a whole lot of fun because it's about an attack of giant slugs. Yes, giant slugs. Can you imagine? Okay, well, here we go. Attack of the Giant Slugs, Part 1. I was watching the news just yesterday when my wife Sandy and our hound Millie came running into the house after their daily walk over at the Port Murray walking trail. Millie was barking her full head off, as usual. The walks really turn up her volume. Yeah, good for the lungs. Sandy was in a hurry to hit the bathroom. As she ran past me, she told me to wait right where I was. She hollered something like, as she's running past me, she says, "Wait till you hear what I saw over at the park." She slammed the door to the John. And I sat in the big red chair and watched Millie bark. It had been a dull morning so far. I welcomed a little excitement. Soon Millie calmed down and busied herself with going out into the kitchen to slurp a bit from her water bowl. She finished slurping and looked around the kitchen. I'm sure she had snacking on her mind. She always does. Sandy popped out of the bathroom and walked towards me smiling. It was hard to believe what she had to tell me. She hit me right between the eyes when she spoke. She said, while we were hiking, Millie and I spotted a giant slug on the path. I know you're mad at slugs for eating your giant pumpkin plant, but you wouldn't have believed how big he was. Well, I darn near died right then and there. My God, are you two all right? Did it attack Millie? Was it real big? Did it have fangs? You know, slugs have thousands of teeth. What was it huge? Actually, slugs do, I think, a little ring of teeth. Yeah. Oh. Hey, Sandy said it was pretty big as giant slugs go. By now, I was pacing back and forth. I couldn't calm down. The mere thought of giant slugs roaming the gentle hills of North Jersey, devouring quaint little villages, everything in their path turned my stomach into mush. Oh, think of all the slime. Did it try to get you two? I asked. Thank God you got Millie out of there. What if they tried to sniff it? What if she tried to sniff it and it turned on her? Oh, my God. Once they attach themselves to their prey, it's curtains. Well, you saw what happened to my pumpkins. Where's Millie? There might be baby giant slugs on her. They grow so fast. Is she out on the back deck? They could be dissolving her into slug mush even now. Where's Millie? Millie, my baby. She's unconscious out on the deck. Those demons killed our baby. Oh my gosh. I rushed out onto the deck, mixing a glass full of salt water as I ran to save Millie. I knew that salt water could melt slugs. I just hoped I wasn't too late. Sandy tripped me before I could get to Millie. As she picked me up, she pointed out that our little girl was just napping like she always does after a long walk, and that it would be smart to simply let her rest. She said if it would make me feel better, I could run a brush over Millie's coat and check for slug eggs. I figured she needed a rest though after that. Yeah, after the brush with near death. A horrible death at that. God. I got the brush out and worked as fast as I could. I just had to run in there and help. Again, you had to think about all those slug eggs all over my poor little dog, poor little basset hound. They'd start on the ears and just, all I could find was a lot of loose fur and a few fleas. I decided, thank God, that our little girl would be okay after her ordeal. Imagine her just being inches and seconds from almost being pounced upon and devoured by a giant slug. She's such a gentle creature. Sandy could have done nothing more than stand by helplessly watching. Her well-trained and hardened fists of fury, well, Sandy's, yeah, she's Taekwondo black belt. Her fists of fury would have no effect on that mushy underbelly of a giant slug. In fact, she could have gotten stuck fast in all that slug goo, and or glue. Yeah, it's sticky. Then the next thing you know, well, I don't even want to think about it. All the authorities would have found was maybe just Millie's special long green leash and maybe just one of Sandy's 110th pair of running shoes, all of it covered in slime and found lying on the walking path. They might not have even found the leash. The darn slug probably would have picked it up and used it as dental floss. Well, yeah, there wouldn't be enough left to even bury. About all I could do would have been to have Millie's precious leash, if we could even find it after the slug devoured it, and Sandy's shoes bronzed. Their entire remains would have all come down to some kind of grotesque paperweight or maybe a wall hanging. Thank God they escaped with their lives. The relief I soon felt as a new and even the relief I felt soon disappeared. That's what it did. As a new and even more sinister fear filled my head with even greater panic. That fear being that one giant slug is terrifying enough, but if there's one out there, there's a very good chance that it has friends. Friends? Many friends, and all of them hungry as can be. Suddenly it hit me that if humanity is to survive, we all have to hit the trenches and join forces to organize against our slimy common foe. I realized it all had to start with me. Right here on Ruth Lane, the resistance must be born. I decided that I should go see our neighbors and organize the men and older teens into a neighborhood militia. We could easily patrol our side of the Musconetcong River. We could even set up a guard shanty and a checkpoint down at the end of our dead-end lane. It could stand proudly next to the mailboxes. That way we could still receive communications and orders from HQ. Now, we'd have to be armed, but that could be a problem. Rifles and pistols would be useless against giant slugs. What do they care about a bullet hole? They just keep on coming as we wasted ammo. About all we could do with a gun is use it to take our own lives when those demons from hell got close enough to pounce on us and have a snack. We needed a super weapon. Something that could take down a slug at 50 paces. To be continued. Okay, friends. Again, next installment tomorrow. Unless Sandy hears I'm reading this story, then she might object. But well, no, it'll be on tomorrow. We'll post it. Okay, so enjoy. Have a ball. God bless. Watch out for those darn giant slugs too. Boy, I hope this didn't give you nightmares. Okay, it did. Oh well, sleep tight.